Y'all know what it is. Welcome to the FOH podcast. It's Firewater Friday.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness gracious. I've been waiting for this day all week.
Excited.
You know, Firewater Fridays, of course. I can't say it if I don't play it. Yeah, got that little bop. Got that little bop. Off top is a wonderful thing. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah.
We got to pour up a shot. Firewater Friday, we play some drinking games and so on and so forth. But I just want to kick off the games early before we even kick anybody out. As is the tradition of our show, everybody is welcome. But we always kick somebody on, you know, that don't belong up in here. On up out of here. But before then, we start the drinking games. There's no time to waste. We got to get into it. So, if you do not have one of the 5 items, I'm randomly with the numbers, that I'm going to mention, you got 5 chances, 5 shots. If you do not, no, you ain't going to have to take 5 shots. But if you don't have one of these damn items within reach, you take a shot. And that's for everybody at home, everyone that is listening. It's too bad that everybody hears Firewater Friday on the platforms. The following day, they hear it on Saturday. So if you listen on Saturday night, enjoy yourself. Or if you're a morning drinker, I don't know. Sometimes you nice stiff shot, get the day started. Listening to the FOH podcast. We love it. You like it, I love it. Here's some items. Let's see if I can come up with 5. 1, a Christmas cookie.
Oh, hell no. Let me take my shot down.
No. Don't take no shot. You got 5 chances.
Okay.
Number 2, a candy cane.
Oh, hell no. Let me take another shot.
Number 3, eggnog.
Oh, hell no.
I got eggnog in a drink.
Mind you, Luck is taking a shot every time, even though this is only a 1-shot game. Enjoy it.
Oh, my bad.
Luck over there going to be twisted before we even get started. I love it.
Man, you got to beat me this time.
2 more items. Let's see. You're going to beat DJ Inch High this round of Firewater Friday. Ooh, let's get started.
I got one, though.
Cinnamon sticks.
What'd you say?
Cinnamon sticks.
Fuck it.
I got cinnamon butter, cinnamon rolls. But I guess.
Number 5, gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
Fuck it.
Gingerbread, damn it. Come on, man. Are y'all not in the spirit of what?
I had the eggnog. Come on.
Okay, well, you don't have to take a shot.
See, now, if you would have said Christmas when I was growing up, now, if you would have said a piece of bread, I would have had that. You know what I'm saying? If you would have said a potato, I'd have had that.
Well, I had to keep it mainstream media.
No doubt, no doubt. Cup of tap water. I got that.
Otherwise, you know, we have to get into something a little deeper. And I don't think everybody's ready for what they learned in elementary and probably no longer remember, because Kwanzaa is only like 50, 60 years old or something like that. I think about 50 years old. Created by a black nationalist. Okay.
Well,
I don't know who celebrate Kwanzaa out there. Sound off in the chat or in the comments. Let me know, because I don't know too many people that celebrate Kwanzaa. You know, but it definitely is. You know, it was made official. Obama, I remember Obama during his time. I remember him saying it a couple times. You know, for those of you that celebrate Kwanzaa, that's pretty deep. Pretty deep. Black nationalists turned professor, I believe it was. We learned about Kwanzaa in elementary school. We learned all the words. Y'all remember the words? It's like 7, right? To represent Swahili words, to represent each letter of the word Kwanzaa and all that. It's like Umoja, Kujichagulia. Always remember that one.
Kujichagulia.
Yeah, Kujichagulia. You know, we made fun with that one in school as kids.
I'm gonna keep that one forever.
Ujamba.
Exactly. I'm like, girl, the Kujichagulia.
No, it was Ujama. Yeah, that's how we did it back then. It was 2 other ones I don't remember. But yeah, happy Kwanzaa to those that celebrate Kwanzaa out there, keeping it alive, because you know, I don't think we were properly taught what the hell it was supposed to be and what it meant and who created it and why we should pick it up and run with it. You know, we just never did. I don't know one family that practice or celebrate both Christian Christmas, Kwanzaa. For a lot of people, Christmas ain't even religious. It's just tradition. So it's out there. Either way, I didn't have any of those items, so I got to take a shot my damn self. I should have prepared. Let's get into it, y'all. This is episode 10, and it is Firewater Friday. We on tonight. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet so we can go ahead and get into the meat of the show. Kind of funny I use that word, seeing as how I've been pescatarian for about 3-4 months. You know, who knows what that is?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Oh shit! Let my ignorance come into play. Is that where you eat nothing but pests?
No, it ain't pescatarian. Either way, I ain't lost a damn pound. I wasn't trying to lose weight. Long story, either way. What I'm going to do at the beginning of tonight's show, since it is our tradition to toss somebody out like, Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff style, I'm going to just say bad journalists and people who ultimately prey on others for advancement when they really don't have to. And so it begs the question of, why are you doing that? And then we'll get into more detail about why they must get thee.
Fuck out of here.
Sound off in the chat if you're with us. I must say this every show. You know, they advise that we do it. It's been working so far. So we are here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every week. Make sure you get the bing, 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 the bell, and subscribe, because it helps us a whole lot. We can actually one day have a URL for our show on YouTube and say, hey, fuck out of here podcast after the YouTube /, Right now, we don't have that. You know, right now we just get a lot of good fan mail and angry letters about shit that we say on the show that pisses people off and disgusts some people. They ain't seen shit yet because we just getting started. This is only episode 10 of season 2. Come on now. 23 episodes, y'all. We just warming up.
Hey, man, I say something, sir?
Big luck.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need you to stop pissing people off, sir.
You gonna ask me?
Yeah,
Damn well, we done went through the fan mail and it was all big luck.
You said a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to tone it down a little bit.
Look at it. They've been telling him they're gonna stop watching the show.
I mean, some people to apologize to.
Yeah, you're gonna be making a lot of PSAs and shit.
Well, I hate to say this, sir.
In the future of the podcast.
This is the Fuck Out of Here podcast. This is not the We Apologize podcast.
This gonna be the Cut Off Blackball podcast.
Yeah, they can get my balls. That's what they can get. They can get all the balls.
You said that one before as well.
Yes, sir.
And worse.
Yes.
But you know, we do our best to try and keep it 1,000 billion. Ultimately, my job is to just ask the right questions. Open your mind to perspectives of certain things that might be going on in the world. And just ask good questions. That's all I really want to do. I don't really have a lot of hard, opinionated statements to make about people. Just questions. Because I do wonder. That's all. That's what we do here. Keep it real. And then we have a discussion. And then I put my opinion in a little bit. Big luck. Be on their ass. A little bit. That's a job. So don't hate him. Damn. Calm down. They already mute certain words that we use and shit.
Look, I'm not trying to hate on nobody, brother. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Because we all guilty of doing some ignorant shit. But god damn. I mean, really? At least we learn from our mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. You know, we've been partners a long time. We learn from our mistakes. We coach each other on what to do and what not to do, so we won't make those same mistakes. People have that where they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And it may be because nobody hasn't told him. It may be because of privilege. It may be because they're arrogant or they're too rich to, realize that they're making the same mistakes. Sometimes you got to look at yourself and say, you know what? I need to stop doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can get a different result.
Right on. If you have nothing but yes, women and men around you, you cannot properly improve, make adjustments, and acclimate yourself to what's going on in the real world. You're just living in a bubble, and it doesn't help you. It just doesn't hurt the people around you that you might get upset at when they tell you things that you might need to hear. And they're not always easy. Oftentimes we get upset because we already know and someone pointed at it. I know it's a stain on my shirt, you piece of shit. Now I'm in the club thinking about it because you seen it. Now I know everybody else seen it. So that's how people get upset.
It's all about truth. The truth will hurt, but so do lies. You know what I'm saying?
Worse.
Mm-hmm. So everybody's got an opinion. It's like an asshole. So just take it with a grain of salt and deal with it. I mean, if it hurts you, it's nothing personal on our part.
As far as I know about an asshole is you try to hold in the gas, you only gonna hurt yourself. You gotta fart. But that's where people say, hey, excuse you, and we can talk about it. And that's why we're going to talk about some motherfuckers that make a lot of mistakes on Trippy Timeline. Ooh-wee. Tiffany Haddish revealed during an interview, and yeah, we're going to play some drinking games along the way. Just let me get into it. Goodness. That, recently in this past shamble of Grammy as it always is, but even worse now because now everyone is able to broadcast their opinions more than ever. So and it pays. It pays. A lot of people get paid now to broadcast their opinions. So, there's even more recognition for things like this. So she had an interview and she told it. She didn't have to. But I'll tell you about it if you don't know. She turned down the offer to host the Grammys because the Recording Academy asked her to host without any compensation. She also stated that they told her she would have to cover her own expenses for makeup and hair and wardrobe and all other shit that everybody usually gets when they become the host of an awards show, especially the Grammys, right? So, damn, how dare you ask a talent, right? Person making their living off of their talent or their being, who she is. You're going to call and say, yeah, we got a job for you, but we're not going to pay you. And you have to pay for everything. Put yourself together, pay for all that, and then come do the show. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm offended. I'm super offended for her. I'm offended for her, But you know what? I would do it. I would do it because everybody who was supposed to win is not going to win. Prophet, you will get every Grammy. I will nominate you for every, and the winner is Prophet. I'll be handing awards to people who ain't never been nominated for a Grammy. Tupac would get a Grammy.
You gonna pull a Steve Harvey and shit on purpose?
Yes, I'm gonna fuck up and make all kinds of mistakes.
Hey, look,
because you did not pay me to do this job, so I'm gonna take it upon myself to give people Grammys. Hell, I'm gonna give people Grammys. Some even got fucking albums. Denzel Washington gets a Grammy.
Hey, they're
I'm
gonna
giving
be like,
everybody a Grammy. Hell,
he ain't even looking in the envelope.
hell, I'm gonna give. When they give me the envelope, I'm gonna read that motherfucker and say, "Oh, somebody made a mistake. This goes to NWA."
So the CEO, right?
Don't
The CEO of the Recording Academy, he was upset about it because nobody told him shit. How does that happen?
Really?
So he had to address it after it had become controversy, right? He issued a statement on Instagram that's how shit works nowadays. He said, it's just been brought to my attention. That's the CEO. That Recording Academy invited Tiffany Haddish to host this year's premiere ceremony. And there you go, the bullshit. And he apologized. He said, unfortunately, and without any knowing, the talent booker, who is probably fired now, working for the Academy, told Miss Haddish that we wouldn't even cover her costs while she hosted the event, which to me, when you read between the lines, says she wasn't going to be paid anyway, but they should have at least paid for her cost.
The bus fare. They at least could have paid for the bus fare.
Right. that type of shit.
Something. Something.
So, there you go. You get a apology from the CEO. To me, the whole shit is just ridiculous. He said he was frustrated by the decision. It was a lapse in judgment. It was in poor taste and it was disrespectful to the creative community. I am a part of the creative community. I know what that feels like, and it's not right, he said. Thankfully, Ms. Haddish was gracious enough to allow me to have this conversation with her. I apologize to her personally as well. My regret. Oh, he said he expressed his regret and his displeasure about how shit went down and how it was handled. And I will say, he says, Tiffany, we are sorry and thank you for allowing me to speak on the matter. So he also basically apologized again so that we all could see and hear it. What do y'all think about the CEO of the Academy dropping his apology? do we not need to comment on it or what?
Oh, I'm gonna comment on that shit.
How you feel about that, Big Love?
First of all, you motherfuckers think we stupid. You know you had to know that you one who put that fucking offer out there and see if she was gonna fucking bite. And when you got embarrassed, oh, I don't know anything. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I mean, really?
Fuck out of here.
Uh-oh.
And then you want to try to apologize. I think you should pay her double and take care of all her expenses since you didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I thought that he was going to end it by saying 2021 will bring her back and, pay her worth in gold or whatever, But actually, they've already chosen who they want to host next year. So there you go. That's how it goes. Trippy Timeline. We have more. Also, Lil Boosie. He's on Twitter now because the shit happened with Instagram, and he asked Mark Zuckerberg to let off his account and put it back. I guess it hasn't happened. So he tweets, and Lil Boosie said, "Oh, what's up, chat? Everybody in the chat, acknowledge you." He said, "Saving his ass." I think we all felt the same. She say, basically he just trying to save his ass.
Well, first of all, I got a question. Can Lil Boosie even spell?
Lil Boosie can spell and read. He's smart and intelligent. He just got her. Lil Boosie probably a lot smarter than R. Kelly. But
hey, don't talk about my man right there. That man is an R&B legend. It was a lot of kids made because of that man's music.
It was a lot of other things that we don't talk
about. Okay, I'm not gonna get on that fact that it was a lot of kids.
I got love.
But what allegedly.
You can't love and judge at the same time, and so I will not. I refrain.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why we're on this subject right now with Lil Boosie and Twitter, because he tweeted, free Bill Cosby. Let's start a petition. That's what he said. Okay. And the crazy thing about it is Bill Cosby responded, through his people. But we just say he responded. But people do shit for him. He says, on this 10th day of December 2020, I will pay homage to those who have supported me and my family simply by saying thank you, he began. The first person to be recognized on Thank You Thursday. That's what he called his shit. He broadcasting basically from his cell through the tweets. Is a rapper at Boosie Official. He continued, thank you for your support, and I am praying for you to have a speedy recovery. I guess he gets the news. He knows that Lil Boosie been shot recently. I'm praying for you to have a speedy recovery and for your mobility to be restored. And again, thank you very much. Thank you Thursday is the hashtag. Thank you, Boosie. Get healthy, Boosie, is what he ended with. I call it crazy and shocking, I guess, because, that was the whole thing with Bill Cosby, is that everybody in the community, beyond, what he done with television and black families and everything, but outside of that, when there were movements going on, he would be a part of this, that, and the other. Long story, right? You either know it or you don't. But Bill Cosby, rappers? No. Didn't fit into the Huxtable living room. If it didn't fit in the Huxtable living room, it didn't fit with Bill Cosby. So I thought that's some crazy shit. He's also thanked Snoop Dogg, who also said free Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? So, you might be seeing a movement, a petition going around for Bill Cosby to be released from prison, just like Kodak trying to get out, and a few other notable folk from the community. Yeah, it's a Christmas season of giving, season of, damn. Bill Cosby in prison. Goodness gracious. How old is Bill Cosby, y'all?
Let's see.
I don't know. 2000 BC.
Shit. He saw Jesus.
No.
So
no.
83.
He what?
83.
83, y'all. 83.
Let's not get it twisted, bro. I think Bill Cosby running the prison right now. I think that nigga in charge.
Hey. I don't know. Maybe.
Bill Cosby like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for you.
It might be like that. It might. Either that or he might be in prison with a generation of people who just don't have no idea really who he is. I don't know. But they say OJ was the man when he was locked up.
They're protecting that old man in jail. He passing out pudding pops and shanks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shanks inside of pudding pops.
And put a shot in pudding pops. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby gangster low key. You know what I'm saying? So free Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? I think that man got railroaded. Honestly, because honestly, with all the shit going on, how come nobody else was prosecuted? With all this shit going on in Hollywood, with all this shit Me Too movement coming out, and all these people putting on blast or ruin careers, the only people that I know that went to jail was him and Harvey Weinstein. What about the rest of the people out there? And R. Kelly. What about the rest of the people out there who did bullshit? And it's proven that they did bullshit. Why these motherfuckers ain't in jail? Well, it's the same principle. It's the same shit as a RICO. If one person goes to jail, everybody should fucking go to jail.
45 need to be in jail for the same shit.
Hell, I ain't gonna say who, but if I grab somebody by the pussy, I'm just going to jail. I'm gonna be in jail for grabbing somebody by the pussy. It's a wrap. They gonna throw my big ass under the jail, lock the motherfucker, and bury the fucking jail. Real shit.
Well, you know, he got $1 billion plus. You know, he can get away with it. Put a lawyer on you, settle out of court, all that type of shit. Honestly, I don't give a shit if you can get out of it. Why you want to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
What you want to do it for?
You know.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why don't you just go get you one? Hey, just weird. I don't.
Yeah,
DJ
bro,
and Ty.
so.
Go pay for it. I mean, if you got enough money.
They got some top of the line ones. Top of the line. I seen it.
Yeah.
When I was running around the industry and all the people, you know, you in the section, but they in like a whole other world.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
and they don't care how you look. They don't care how you look.
They pay $20,000-$50,000.
Ooh,
for professional escorts.
Really?
I see it.
$50,000?
A lot. 50,000, absolutely. I can't say no name.
Can I say something, sir? But can I say something, sir?
Enjoy.
No disrespect to those out there, but if she can't gargle peanut butter or blow bubbles with a brick, I'm not paying $50,000 for nothing. Man, that's fucking retarded. That's some houses in some states.
You look at it like this.
You can feed a whole family. You can feed a whole city in some countries with $50,000.
All of that shit goes out of the window when people get rich, in the same fashion that maybe when you have a lot of good ideas about things that you would do with a couple $1,000s and shit like that, and then you get the money and more, and eventually it's all gone and you didn't do any of those things. You know, I imagine that their level of that is out of space. And so with millions and millions of dollars, and then you're working on things, you get royalties that are like, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whatever the hell you have going, real estate, maybe, and you're doing very, very well, and you want to make sure that you don't end up in court. You want to make sure that there are no strings attached that might cost you later. You know, that's what that's what it's for. You know, it's not meant for us to look at it and go, that's not a bad price. No, it's supposed to be beyond us.
It's beyond me. You're right. It's beyond me. Way beyond me.
You know, it was funny too, because one time I was in the car and I heard the conversation with the superstar actor on the phone. Because the homie told me, shh, don't say nothing. I wanted to say something so bad that you know, you play with your peoples. Either way. And the motherfucker come in. I said, damn, that's what's her name to myself. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling. By the way, he tell him that the girl is not 15,000. 50,000. That's where I get the number. That's where I got that number from. Is from that one. He said, the fuck? It was hilarious. It was so hilarious to me. But he was like, fine, forget it, whatever. What time are you, you know, either way.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
One thing to say to that. Carney, baby.
DJ said.
Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna go one thing to say. How am I supposed to pay this hoe just to lay this hoe when I know the P is mine?
Oh man.
I'm only gonna hit it one more time.
So we off of that, y'all. and we on to something new. Before I get into that and we get completely off of the subject of Bill Cosby, if you can name 2 characters from the Bill Cosby show, you do not have to take a shot.
Tootie.
Hold up. N-Ty is going first. He said 1. Give us 1 more.
Yeah.
Damn it. Take a shot. Big luck.
Honestly, bro, I'm gonna take a shot, and I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. That shit was all fantasy, bro. All fantasy.
Don't try to rationalize.
That was the opposite of the other.
You don't know the damn characters no more. Because that wasn't the show you was watching. You was watching Married with Children.
That and the Simpsons. That and the Simpsons.
I'm gonna take a shot too because I don't remember, y'all. I just don't remember. I have met a few of them in person, and I know their real names, but I don't know their character names. I really don't.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can get Tootie.
The only person I remember is Lisa Bonet, and because I remember Lisa Bonet, because she's in one of my favorite movies, they got her kicked off the show for the scene that she did in the movie.
Oh,
goodness gracious. Trippy timelines, y'all. We're gonna continue so we can get up out of there and get up into the next one. My goodness gracious. The shot is burning. The other day, Miami rapper Zoe Dollars was shot multiple times.
No.
Y'all know Zoe Dollars. He was shot near, it's crazy because I had just been watching like recently his interview when I was doing some research about something else that we're gonna talk about. And matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about that. But let me give you the details so you know what I'm saying. You don't have to go and look. So he was shot near a strip club Wednesday night. According to local reports, a 30-year-old Elvis Millard was struck by gunfire while on his way to Booby Trap, an adult entertainment club with several locations in Florida. Rap journalist Tony Centino said on Twitter. Throw that credit out there. So, but what I was talking about was in his interview, the one that I saw, it might have come up simply because he was in the news and it was one of those, throwbacks. But he claimed that if something ever happened to him, and I was just talking to somebody about this in the driveway before we started the show, the way you speak things into existence, right?
Yes.
So he claimed that if something happened to him, it would be a friend of his that would be responsible for his death because they are the ones that know you. This is what he was saying in the interview. An enemy would not be able to catch me, period, is what he said. So I am very curious to know whether or not this person that shot him multiple times in an attempt to kill him, as far as I know, he is alive. But I'm wondering now, was it one of these friends maybe that he suspected? And that's the reason why he said it, so that the friend might recognize that he knows, because you know sometimes people you play art of war with people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing, but people do it, and they throw these frenemies and shit. But not the industry one, because the frenemy that's not in the industry thing, the neighborhood one, is more enemy that you are just on neutral grounds with for the moment, as opposed to enemies, fake enemies for the fame or whatever it is that y'all trying to capitalize off of. So I'm curious. I really want to know. He's fortunate to be alive. Fortunate to be alive. But also, Mo3's murder suspect, we'll say, here on the show for legal reasons, he was arrested. He was arrested. He's 21 years old. His name is Keywan White. I looked at his pictures and stuff like that, and he looked like the masked picture. Like, that's you. I don't know.
Damn, really?
It looked like him to me. I look at the Instagram photo. He like a funny shape. And then I look at the photo of him on the freeway with the mask on. I'm like, that's him. I don't know. But either way, they arrested this suspect in connection as the shooter on the 35 East near the Dallas Zoo, where Mo3 was gunned down on that highway. Man, I still see a lot of stuff going on my Instagram. People just now finding out. A lot of people didn't even know, about Mo3, what happened to him.
Wow.
Yeah, man. A lot of shootings. There's a couple others, but I don't have a lot of information about them. But goodness gracious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shootings this year,
look at the time we in, bro. Look at the time that we in, though. Everybody's locked up in the house. Everybody's quarantined. Everybody's wearing masks. We lost a good friend of ours, you know what I'm saying, helping somebody else, and they're still having a mask. Rest in peace, Big Gino. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just this time where everybody's out here trying to be, everybody's gutter right now, and nobody is safe. Nobody. Even a bum who got a couple of dollars may get killed or robbed because the next man feel like he shouldn't have it. You see what I'm saying? These are the signs of the times, people. There's got to be careful out there. Honestly, you can't be flossing nowadays. You can't be showing off nowadays. This is not the time for it. 2020 is a bad year. I just pray that we make it through this year to see a better year. But this is not the year to be doing anything like that because there's too many vultures out there. Scary situation, y'all.
Rest in peace. Speaking of rest in peace, Deebo, Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus. That's who we knew him as a child. Zeus, the wrestler.
Yeah.
In my elementary school, throwing kids. He was a real life superhero, But Big Gino used to pass these awards around on his Funky Friday, where everybody did they freestyle thing and they kind of battle back and forth. Go and check it out on the Music Showcase on YouTube. He used to give away these awards, but you have to come back to the show and get down, hold the title. So
no doubt.
His youngest daughter gave this to me, and so I told her what I would do is I'm gonna find a dope because this is best female MC for Pass the Mic. That's what it was called. The segment was called Pass the Mic. And so I want, if you know a female MC, independent, please. You know what I'm saying? Let's give people some damn shine that don't have a machine. Let's be the machine. And you know, we'll play her music video. We'll let everybody listen to it, check it out. And we're gonna give her this very special award of ours in the name of Big Gino. And I'm gonna take a shot for that. So anytime, just send it to us. Let us know or drop a name in the chat. I'm gonna refer to the chat now. Oh, I'm tripping too. All right. Ashley Hardy Show say, hey y'all. Hey, hey.
Hey, Ashley.
Rosalind was saying which show. We was talking about I should have said specifically. Yeah. Cosby Show. Yes. But let's keep it going, y'all. Definitely, because I enjoyed the last couple albums of Kid Cudi. He's dropping Man on the Moon 3 tonight. Go check that out. It's been 4 years since his last album. He's been doing very well in acting and shit. I think he's slept on a little bit over there. You know, he was like one of those first guys at that time that was like, I don't know where the hell rap is going. And whatever they're doing with the business of rap, I'm not for it. I'm not with it. And a lot of people was like, Nick, what you gonna do? And he said, I'm gonna do some other shit. He went and did some other shit. A lot of people laughed. And then the wave came. And it was beautiful. He came with some dope ass music. So go check out that Man on the Moon 3 if y'all fuck with Cudi. For shizzle. And now we going in the flag on the damn place. Flag on the play, damn it. Torey Lanez, come on, man.
Oh.
So I really should pull it up. I think I might. Give me a moment.
Pull it up, bro. Pull
it. I'm gonna give y'all a moment then to guess what the hell I'm gonna say about Tory Lanez while I pull it up then.
And he didn't.
Y'all gonna guess or what? Come on now. What is it gonna be about?
I don't know what it's gonna be about. What you think it's gonna be about, look?
I don't know. Maybe he shot himself in both feet on accident. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to prove that, you know what I'm saying, you know, that you can still walk after being shot in both feet. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of this shit, bro. Honestly, you know. And don't get me wrong, Will. I done did some ignorant shit, bro. I did growing up. I did some real ignorant shit growing up. But sometimes you just gotta grow the fuck up, man. You do. You gotta grow the fuck up and educate yourself. You know, culture yourself. Something shit.
Yeah. What?
So ultimately, Megan Thee Stallion.
Whoa.
Really?
Did she really?
They probably gonna freaking block the hell out of this part of the video. But if you're watching live or listening later, it's no problem. So here we go. Megan Thee Stallion goes viral, basically, with this Instagram twerk out that you're watching. Has Shaq and his son in the comments section. Come on, Shaq. What is he, about 24, 25? I don't know. I guess it don't matter. Either way, that was a sidebar. Hotnewhiphop.com, right? This is where I was looking at some of the tweets, so I had to shout them out. But I'm not gonna throw that up there. I just want y'all to understand and get a little bit of the idea of what we're looking at here when we're talking about what happened the other day with this video on Instagram and Tory Lanez. So he didn't jump in the comments section or nothing like that. I'm pretty sure his lawyer would have been on his ass because he does have a case pending, okay? So
foot is hurt.
So this is a new twerk dance that they got. Either way,
I hate to say it, bro. Unless you got to go to the bathroom real bad.
well, I mean, anything with an ass is, you know, it could go there. But otherwise, you know, Shaq was like staring at those cheeks, looking at that butt. His son was like, right on, Pops. Either way,
like, it's the greatest butt that I ever seen. It's the greatest butt that I ever seen.
Shaq over there on that CBD. He know damn well he shouldn't have left a public comment.
I put my whole hand on it. I think.
Looking at that butt. Just checking it out. Either way, Tory Lanez, he was not saying things of that sort. Looking at that butt. It's a good dance. Fish and soup. Tory Lanez was more like all that twerking, but couldn't take the D. Oh my.
Oh. Wow.
So that's where we had these issues where Tory Lanez is now once again being dragged all through the internet on the Twitter. At least the most there, you know.
You just said, shut it up. You remain silent.
It kind of just makes you wonder, like, why are you even on her profile? You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of man after the fact says shit like doing all that for the gram but couldn't take the D? Why is this woman still on your mind? Right? Understanding human behavior will tell you whether a person is guilty or not before a judge. And he's not helping his case one bit by showing this kind of side of himself. You know what I'm saying? While, you know, come on, man. It's just a twerk. And she you know.
Self-snitching.
Basically. You don't throw those kind of subliminals during a trial, you know.
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't know who looks up on people, especially men, who you know, sex play. What do they call it? What do they call that now?
The same shit you just said, sex playing motherfuckers.
Right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can say will be held against you in the court of law.
Like, why would you even throw that out there? You know what I mean? Like, nobody gives a shit if, you know, you had sex with. It's like, it's the oddest thing to do. You know, he did a PSA, and in the PSA, he was saying we had a lot of fun, good times. We were good friends, and as far as I'm concerned, we still friends. This is what he was saying not too long ago, right? When shit was being thrown back and forth, he said, I just remember the good times. I don't have or hold any animosity towards her whatsoever. You are still my friend. But then your actions are different. It reminded me of that one time that Travis Scott ran up in the trailer and he was going to put hands on Torey Lanez. But, that's another story. That's my flag on the play, y'all. It's Firewater Friday. Let's keep it hot. I do have another flag on the play, y'all. I don't know if y'all want to go there, but it might be that time.
That time, huh?
Let me tell y'all the reason why people that come across as viewers on the sideline, right? Just observing hip hop. Are a lot like the warden in the Stanford prison experiment. Who knows that? Who knows what the Stanford prison experiment was, right? They made a lot of movies about it. I don't know any of the names of the movies, but it's pretty typical. There was like this social psychology experiment that attempted to investigate the psychological effects of perceived power, right? Focusing on the struggles between prisoners and inmates, right? That kind of ringing a bell. Like not prisoners, but prison officers and inmates. It was like they took a bunch of volunteers, right? Randomly chose who was going to be guards and who were going to be inmates, right?
Yeah, I seen that movie was pretty good.
Okay, so they made movies about it. It's a real thing, right? And then they made movies from that actual experiment that fucking went haywire because the guards became all sadistic and shit, and the shit got out of control. Everybody actually inherited those roles.
That movie has the starring person in that movie is the name is on the tip of my tongue.
There's like 5 movies.
Yeah, but the one that stuck out, Forrest Whitaker, starred in a movie called The Experiment.
That's the Belko Experiment.
Yes,
that's the Belko one. There's 4 others, but they're all based on this.
Yeah, no, this one was
Big Luck.
Well, in this one, Forrest Whitaker do play the prison guard, and he does these sadistic things to all the prisoners under his watch.
Exactly. It's like abuse, harassment, rape. We talking about an experiment, y'all, with regular people who were being paid to be a part of this experience. It's just a college experiment to see how power works between guards and inmates. It's just role playing. It wasn't supposed to get out of hand like this, but the reason why it did is because the person conducting the experiment was also a part of the experiment, right? The person conducting the experiment made themselves the warden. And so they thought as the warden is outside of the experiment watching it. But no, you did not know as the warden where to stop things, because in real life, the warden is not going to stop these things.
Nope.
The warden is going to take on the role of that person and not the person outside of the experiment that is in control. So no one was in control, and it got control of itself. Okay. It got out of control. Right. So the reason why I'm giving you this analogy is because I want to lay basically the basis for understanding VladTV's position in this study, with whom I believe is a part of the situation and not standing on the outside of it. Like how we say, you know, we have visitors. Yeah, I'm a visitor in hip hop. That's the thing everybody talks about now and shit. He's inside of the experiment and not standing outside of it. And so he's also a part of it.
Yeah.
And so I just want to break this.
Salute to Officer Vlad.
A lot of people have been saying that. And that's the reason why I want to open this conversation and kind of give a few thought-provoking points. And not just, you know, say is this or that. Vlad asks questions, right, about violence to these interviewees, what they did or would do in situations that might spark violence or shame, disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Shit that gives a rise to violent intent or calls for the artist to show their indifference to the value of another's life, right? It's just typical shit, right?
Yep.
It's crazy though, because the score on answering shit like this while being interviewed is factored the same way as like golf. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking blood pressure, right? What I mean is the lower your restraint, the better, right? The lower the number, the better. So the worse as a person, you know, you were, maybe sometimes people talk about in the past, they're not talking about in the present, right? Who I was, the worse you were, the more drugs you might have sold, right? As opposed to, you know, how high you went in education, maybe, or humanitarianism. That shit is low for you. The higher you are on that end, the lower you are in scoring points in the media. Right? So the less kind and the more fucked up you are produces the better results for you in the way of, you know, having all the attention that you might want to get from the viewers or people who might, you know, follow you while watching Vlad TV. So, you know, many rappers were shot and raised their star meter. Even death has raised artists in rap star meter. It's a fucked up thing. You know, 50 Cent made a career off the media with being shot 9 times. You know, people talk about how many charges they received, right? Amount of fiends they turned into poor, unfortunate souls, like a fucking Disney movie. They speak on people they hurt over the amount of people that they helped. And most of these people are often very good people, but you don't want to show your good nature, especially on some shit like Vlad. Now, don't think that these artists have nothing positive to say, because if you see them on a, you know, Jimmy Fallon or some shit, you're going to hear about the good shit that they do and have done in the past, and the wonderful things that they have planned for the future, and the people that they work with in charity, and other stars that they get with and do these great things. But you're not going to hear that shit on Vlad. And this is the perspective that I want to give. If he asked these artists about being fathers and their relationship with their children more often, or how, you know, they see their future, you know, shit like Arsenio Hall might have been on, right? When you go on Arsenio Hall show back in the days, that's how you can kind of tell the difference of where the interview is trying to take the artist, right? Now, everybody is all responsible for what the fuck they say, right? But I don't know. This is the reason why Kevin Hart did the fucking my daughter on some hoish shit joke. It's clout. Reach a greater audience. So when Vlad brings on someone, an unknown artist, and I just watched a bunch of shit. I watched a bunch of video. It blew my fucking mind, because I know he does it, but in this fashion. Let me explain to you what I saw, right? He would say, So who are you? Tell the audience you get the same every fucking time. I don't know if they coached or if they just see this shit. And so that's what they do when they go on the show. Is I've been shot. It was fucked up where I grew up. Yeah, tell me what that was like growing up in Compton or Detroit or Watts or whatever the fuck it is. You see anybody get killed? Yeah. I was standing at the bus stop seeing a motherfucker get shot in the face, brain sprayed on me. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yep. So I had to do a mixtape so I could speak the shit to the street. It's the same fucking sad bullshit every time. And it makes me wonder, like I said, you don't see this shit on other platforms, right? I know y'all got to be sick of that shit. Yeah. They just sit on there and just... It backs the media's continuous demonization of young, umber-toned men and women of the sun on his show. And that is the reason why tonight, for Vlad, we're going to have to get deep. It's rhyme and reason, y'all. I got to throw it up on the screen. Oh, my goodness gracious. The reason why I want to get deep with this, and I definitely want Big Luck and DJ Inch High to comment on this. I just want to make a few points to the question, is Vulture Vlad bad for culture, right? Casanova, as you know, everybody's been ringing off on the internet. Now, I heard what the fuck Charlemagne had to say about it. I'm in total disagreement, and I understand why he said what he said about it. But I tell you this, he's kissing his feet. He's his friend. He's got his lips puckered, and they're on Vlad's ass. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Because he was very emotional about it. He said it's not just about Vlad. He said, no, it's just about interviewers. And we shouldn't be responsible for what motherfuckers say. Listen, let me break it down. Okay? Let me break it down for Charlemagne and Vlad. Maybe they don't know. I just want to give a little perspective. So, Casanova, like many other artists, on their campaign promo, you know, they go on Vlad. It's unfortunate. So the fans or whomever is watching can get to know. The artist keeps it real. That's basically why people go on Vlad. That's where you can go keep it real. So the fans or whomever is watching can get to know them on that personal level. So a therapist, I want to make this comparison. A therapist to an interviewer is good at getting a person to let out, you know, their deepest secrets in an effort to help them, right? Because usually your deepest secrets is where you might find the origin of your problems. Right? Except, you know, that's what it's about, right? And tell me your deepest secret so I can help you solve the root of your problem, where it might be hard for you to find on your own, sitting talking to a loved one and not a neutral professional, right? So Vlad is like a therapist in that way. He asks just the right questions to see how far you'll go to divulge things you wouldn't often reveal to the public or anyone for that matter. Oftentimes you wouldn't tell a judge or, like I say, Jimmy Fallon, right? Talking about all the people you stabbed in prison or the shootings you were involved in with crimes that have yet to be solved or aged beyond statutes of limitation. or to paint an even deeper picture, might be brought up and used in a new investigation. I don't think you would do that. So, I don't think Vlad does this shit on purpose either. So don't get me wrong. I don't think his intention is to imprison people that come on his show. I think an interviewer and a therapist might have just this one thing in common, that they want you to tell them something that you wouldn't tell anyone else. Okay? But in therapy, there's no audience, and what you say is forever by a code of ethics, obligations, right? Confidential, and rarely, if ever, are disclosed by law even. So that's the difference between a therapist and an interviewer like Vlad. We like to break it down, get to the truth here on the show. So give me a moment. The question isn't who's at fault. Each woman and man is responsible for their own actions and choices. That's what I want to bring to the table. So I'm not just blaming Vlad. I just want to approach this one simple question, right? Because you got sports fans. They believed in the Kardashian curse, right? They don't want their fucking players dating the fucking Kardashian, right? Even though the player, it's their own fault for what they do. But can you blame the fans, right? Can you attribute an artist on the rise meeting with VladTV and having information used in those interviews held against them in a court of law? Vlad has said things in interviews such as, I see a lot of blue, like a lot of blue in your videos. I'm talking about a real interview. You can go check it out. I'm not going to name the artist because I don't want a motherfucker indicted behind some shit I said. And, the artist is like, yeah, it's just a very nice color. I like it. Vlad goes on to say, I assume the blue, you like it a lot because it's a Crip thing you got going on. To which the artist responds, no. And Vlad goes on, he's like, nah, I just like it. I just like the color blue. It's a nice color. Vlad goes on and says, so it's not a Crippin' thing. You're not Crippin'. You don't have Crippin' going on. And the artist responds, no, nothing like that, with a smile. Though you can see the frustration in this artist's face, right? Like with this line of questioning, okay? So he says, a lot of people start hustling early. How old were you when you started hustling? Shit. And so the artist is like, no, I never did none of that. I was just in the school and handling my business. I wasn't into hustling. I was a school guy, just going to school, getting good grades. This shit goes on and on, y'all. It's like a cat and fucking mouse. Seriously. I'm watching this interview like, damn, you sound like an investigator. I do understand what you're doing, but you on the level with the type of questioning that could. Let me continue. Okay. This is what Vlad says. He says, okay, people get mad at me for asking these kinds of questions, but some choose to answer. So to all the future rappers out there, y'all don't have to answer my questions. Are you fucking serious, Vlad? So these artists can hang themselves by answering these particular questions that you are so very forward with. So why would you hand them the noose? That's my question. Everything in your show should be considered fucking entrapment and not admissible in a court of law because these people are entertainers and the standard of their industry requires them to paint this picture and carry this kinda persona. Okay? Everybody's responsible for what they say. But you are responsible for what you say as well. So when these young men are indicted behind the answers that they gave you for shit in your shows, you take on responsibility as well. Because you know damn well, you said it in that interview, I respect you for not answering those questions. Some people actually choose to do so. What do y'all think about that? I'm gonna take a shot.
I think that he asked the same question in different ways. You know, Vlad remind me of people who's filling out for AFDC or GR. You know, they ask the same questions in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And if you make a mistake, they penalize your ass. You know what I'm saying? But people on Vlad need to stop snitching themselves out. They self-snitching. They need to stop. You know. And Vlad knows who to pick and who not to pick. There's certain people that will never be on VladTV because he knows that he can't ask them no questions. You know, he can't ask them no questions. You know, so you need to stop self-snitching on yourself. You know, stop going on Vlad and answering those questions because sooner or later, you already know that the police, the feds, whoever, are watching those programs. They're watching the social media. They're watching your Instagram. They're watching your Facebook. Anything that you're doing out there that you think that you're getting away with, they're watching it. You see what I'm saying? And people nowadays are not smart enough to realize it. There's cameras everywhere. There's people that will snitch you out for $1 because they don't have it. Or they're jealous of you and they'll snitch you out because of their jealousy. You know what I'm saying? I think Vlad knows what he's doing. I do. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? To get his viewers up to make his money, but he's exploiting black people. You know what I'm saying? I done seen white people on his shows, and he don't ask white people that shit. He don't. He don't ask other people that shit.
I didn't think about that.
He don't. Look at his episodes where he had other people of color on his show. And see if he asks them those same questions. He does not. You don't hear about those people being indicted. And the people that he did have on, mob figures and stuff like that, there's already open testimony on that. They already did time on that. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be indicted for that stuff they did in the past because they already did their time or they already went to trial on it. I watched those episodes too. You see what I'm saying? And it's always the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Or soon after, the person is either shot or killed. On that note too. Let's not even talk about the jail shit. You see what I'm saying? The dude is profiting off of black people in hip hop. He is. He's profiting. And I ain't even mad at him. I think he's fucking genius for fucking doing it. You see what I'm saying? But it's at the cost of your livelihood. It is at the cost of your livelihood, your family's livelihood, because Vlad ain't suffering, but Vlad ain't gonna pay for your legal defense. Vlad ain't cutting you a check for being on his show. You see what I'm saying? He ain't compensating you for the millions of views that he's getting. You are making that man rich off of your ignorance.
Speak on it.
You know. And I apologize if people are offended by the word when I say ignorance, but it's a true fact. It's a true fact. Yes. You know, it's getting you to answer these questions and you're fucking yourself. You know, Vlad is not fucking you. You're fucking yourself. You know, anything that when it comes to drugs, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry, Hinch. Go ahead, bro.
Fact, all fact.
You hit everything right on the nail, my brother. Then you got to also think of the street code. You know what I'm saying? The street code will come back and get your ass just as quick as anybody else will. You know what I'm saying? The street code forgets all about law. Law is out the window. It's all about what you said, what you done, who you did it to, and all that extra stuff in between. So he really needs to watch himself. He's not gonna get a Geraldo with a broken nose. He's gonna be 6 feet under. You know what I'm saying? And like what said, it was a brilliant idea of what he had, but bro, you gotta be careful with what you're trying to bring out of people. Some people trying to keep that back in their past. Don't bring the past back into the present. So leave dead dogs lie.
Those are facts, y'all. I'm in a complete and total agreement with these opinions. And that's the reason why I said I just want to open that conversation and say this, because a lot of people talk about problems, never had no damn solutions, right? But Big Luck and DJ Inch High touched on a couple solutions. And so I just want to make it concrete that my entire purpose in talking about this shit was for you to learn something. If you didn't already know, pass it on. And I'll end it with this. If you go on Vlad, my young artist, my retired artist, my in-between artist, if you go on Vlad and you intend to tell your life story to this man like he's Oprah, that's fine. That's fine. I ain't over here trying to boycott that man's shit. You know, you get in the desert and you don't bring enough water, the vulture's gonna get you.
Yep.
What I need you to understand is this simple one thing, and tell your cousins, your nephews and nieces, right? Your uncle, your aunties, everybody in the entertainment business that might come across that kind of a campaign. When you go on Vlad and you tell your life story, if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But treat that like a deposition.
Yep. Real
Only
shit.
say to him things you would say to a judge outside of the judge's chambers, in front of a jury in Iowa or Wyoming.
Fuck.
Right. That's true. That's real shit right there.
That's how you need to treat an interview when you go over there and you tell your story and you feel comfortable enough because you recognize that this is the show that you go on and let people know shit that you would not if you were on Jimmy Fallon or Ellen DeGeneres. Because if you go on Ellen DeGeneres, you're going to talk about super soakers in your neighborhood and turkey giveaways and shit. You're not going to be talking about chasing people down and how everybody was afraid of you and, you know, how you used to carry the pistol and pop at people and shit like that. And ain't nothing wrong. If that's your history, that's fine. But recognize you would not say that shit to a judge. You wouldn't say that shit to a police officer. And so it's not about Vlad. It's about the camera. Don't say that kind of shit to the camera. When you're in a room with a camera, it's no different than being in the room with a person who is wearing a wire. You have to be careful of what you say. Be responsible for what you say out of your mouth. When anybody has a camera, for some reason, the interviewer you allow to make you feel like you're having a conversation with them when you're having a conversation with millions of people, including investigators, and so on. So, like I said, and I'll say it again. When you go on that show, I want you to treat it like a deposition. Only say to him and anybody, for that matter, things you would say to a judge outside of chambers in front of a jury in either Iowa or Wyoming. That's what I got to say about that. I'm not even gonna play the think I learned now shit because it's that serious. I really hope that people have paid attention to that, and it's a sad thing. All of this comes from the indictment of Casanova, and a lot of people have been saying that, you know, they were using things from interviews, and Charlemagne came to Vlad's defense in saying that that's not true because we don't know whose interviews they're using in that case because it did not name any. We all know whose interviews were used. It was the only show that you go on where people talk about, like I said, who are you? What was it like growing up in Compton, Watts, South Central, Detroit, Atlanta, you know, Florida, whatever. That's that show. We all know who it is. And like I said, it's not about the man, it's about the camera. Just remember that. That's what we want you to know. And on that note, I'm going to take a celebratory because I know y'all going to do better in 2021. And nobody's going to be indicted for going on VladTV. And he can continue to do whatever the fuck he does, how he does it. And he can ask those questions and it can become hilarious to us when you respond with, I was a 4.0 student. I didn't have time for that. When I dropped out of school so I could work at McDonald's so I could pay my mom's bills because she was hurt. That's what the fuck you gonna say? Come on, y'all. Let's get it right. Yeah, we got hard, rough, fucked up paths, mountains we had to climb. We don't have to tell these people for their entertainment. We all got scars. We don't have to explain them. They're our lessons. We learn from them. And on that note, woo-wee! It's Firewater Friday, and we out of here, y'all. Big love, big love, big love. But you got to get the
love y'all.
Thank y'all for y'all support. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy our podcast. With love.